Welcome to the Crypto Traders Podcast, simplifying cryptocurrency for traders and investors around the world. Subscribe for interviews with developers, market updates, and a professional look at the future of money. You've come to trust Matthew and Kurt to filter out the noise across social media. Now you can listen on the go. Without further ado, here's the Crypto Traders Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Crypto Traders Podcast. I'm Kurt, here with my good friend Matthew John. We're going to be talking a little bit about all of the ways to earn cryptocurrency out there in the cryptosphere. We're traders primarily, we're entrepreneurs, we're kind of involved in a lot of different things in the crypto space, but a lot of people ask us, how the heck do I get involved? How do I get started? What are my options? And we're going to go over them systematically today. But before we start, I want to ask Matt, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing pretty great. Just got moved into the new house. I have my awesome vintage-looking chair. That
Gangster chair.
Yes. And I'm representing the original Crypto Traders logo today on the shirt.
Man.
To the moon. This was our original logo.
It's beautiful.
I think it looks pretty awesome.
It actually would print, I think that would print really well on like a nice piece of letterhead or something, because it's like the one color flat, like you could make us look like a lawyer's office or something with that the logo.
It's
I like
very
it.
old school.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. So new place, you're outside Detroit, and how's the weather out there? We've been raining pretty bad in Chicago the last 2 days.
It's raining, it's cold, it's nasty, winter's coming, and I'm bunkering down.
Yeah. No, but I had a conversation a little earlier today with a lady. I was picking up pills at the veterinarian's office. It was 90 degrees about a week ago. We had no days in the 70s, and we are straight up in the 50s, right. Windy, cold, blustery. So no fall this year, everybody. Welcome to the Midwest.
Yep.
So
what's on the agenda for today?
I want to talk about some of the ways that you can earn cryptocurrency without necessarily pulling your credit card out, going to an ATM, or going to Coinbase or wherever. I think there's a lot of people that want to get involved, but they don't really want to put their own money right in the game. So we got a list here. We're going to go down. We're going to talk about the things that we've done and then some of the things that we've just heard about, and try to give you guys some solid information on how to move forward. The first one that I want to mention is not one that I've done, but it's one that a couple people who I know well have done for a long time. And that's setting up an account with Wage and Uphold. Wage is BITWAGE. They are not a sponsor of the show, although they're welcome to send us commissions if they like, I suppose. But what you do is you set up your bank account. They give you a bank account through Wage that you can give to your employer, and your employer sets you up for your basic automatic payments the way that they would normally do. So your employer doesn't know that they are paying you in cryptocurrency. So Wage actually only works in BTC, in Bitcoin. But if you connect it to your Uphold account, you can convert for no fee, and you can accept Dash, XRP, BAT, and a number of other things. You can actually even use Uphold to convert part of your salary to gold or silver. And they'll hold it for you. They will send it to you if you ask them, but they hold I don't even know what you call it. Do you call it cold storage, gold and silver? So they claim they've got physical gold and silver that they'll do the same thing with. So Uphold is kind of an interesting little corner of the cryptosphere.
Is this only in the U.S., or can anybody in the world do this?
That's a good question. I'm not actually sure. I haven't audited it thoroughly. I know that it works for people in the U.S. because the people that I know who are using it are U.S. citizens. So one guy, he actually runs another Facebook group. I've been friends with him for a long time. His name is Chris Webb. He gets his entire salary in Dash using this system. He's been a Dash guy for about 2 years, so he's done quite well for himself since Dash was like $2 when he started doing it. But pretty cool option there. He swears by it. He says it's the greatest thing ever.
And anybody could do this if you have any job, like a W-2 paying job in the U.S. Yep. You can
specifically,
convert your
yes.
salary.
I tried to do it for myself. I've been self-employed for most of my life, and I tried to set it up, and that actually was a bigger problem. So they were like, well, your salary comes from a business with your name on it, and blah, blah, blah. So they didn't have that set up. But yeah, if you're a basic W-2 employee, you can work at Walmart, or you can work at, JP Morgan Chase and get your salary converted to cryptocurrency. And it's next day. So whatever day you'd get your paycheck automatically sent. So if you're paid on, let's say it's Fridays, you'd have the deposit either Saturday or Monday, depending on how the business day thing works. But
do you know if there's any fees extra associated with this?
they do charge a small fee, but it's quite a bit cheaper than Coinbase. I want to say it's like 1% or something. It's really simple. Like Chris, my buddy, swears by it. Maybe we can interview him on the topic sometime in the future, because he's literally been doing it for like 2.5 years. And
yeah, I mean, it's interesting.
He's the guy who told me about it. I did some research, and there's actually videos showing how to kind of set yourself up to do it, and it's pretty cool. I have a Bitwage account and an Uphold account, and I don't use either of them. So
yeah, I've never used them either, but that's very convenient for somebody that's working and maybe just a passive investor, somebody that just wants to put a little bit of their paycheck in every week and kind of just forget about it.
Yep. So. And you can convert. What's cool is you can convert anywhere from 1% to 99%. So if you want 10% of your check to just be a mix of cryptocurrencies or just Bitcoin every week, then that's just your dollar cost average that just happens. So cool option. It works really well from all reports that I've heard, and it's a pretty exciting option there.
Well, another way you could earn money using cryptocurrency or earn cryptocurrency is just trading, and this is what everybody's most familiar with. I think there's 3 different types of main categories of trading. We have day traders, swing traders, and then long-term investors. Day trading is somebody that's taking positions and buying and selling within that same 24-hour period or during that same day. Swing trading is holding at least overnight, usually a couple days, couple weeks, maybe even a couple months. And that long-term investor is somebody that's buying with the intention of holding longer term for at least several months or even several years.
Yep. Or you got the Bitcoin supremacists that say you're never allowed to sell or you're never allowed to use, must hodl forever. Under no circumstances are you allowed to use Bitcoin once it has gone into cold storage.
Well, then you're not really earning, because you're never going to have more than you're initially buying.
Right.
Which,
yeah.
I also kind of discourage people from that, because I like to tell my story. And when I got into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, I only had a couple Bitcoin, maybe 2. And if I just held and followed those laws, then I'd still have 2 Bitcoin, whether they're worth $20,000 or $6,000. I only have 2. Where if you're trading, you're able to earn more, or at least have the potential to earn more. Of course, you could lose it as well, but that's the risk you have to be willing to take.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the other really easy ways, there's a lot of decentralized sites coming up to kind of compete with Fiverr. Fiverr popped up a few years ago for $5 freelance work. They've since expanded into name your price freelance work, but it's a really cool website. In fact, we use Fiverr for all kinds of things at Crypto Traders. But there's been some crypto-based competitors popping up to give access to people that don't have bank accounts and can't go through PayPal and some of the other options there. The one that I have the most experience with is $5bucks.com. They use specifically Bitcoin Cash because of the low fees and speed, and it's growing. It's only a couple months old, but they're rapidly onboarding freelancers of all types. We looked there for voice talent. There's lots of graphic designers. There's people that do translation, copywriting, animation, cartoon, logo design, that kind of stuff. That's a really good option. So if you have a marketable internet talent that you can sell to people over the tubes that connect us all, you can set up an account at $5bucks.com. They don't take any KYC. So if you're somewhere in the middle of nowhere and you have some kind of a talent, you can sell it to anybody in the world at $5bucks.com and earn Bitcoin Cash in that way.
Well, I'd also recommend, along that note, we do have a Facebook group, Facebook community called Freelancers Accepting Crypto. And this is a group we made several months ago, and we welcome any freelancer on the internet that's willing to take cryptocurrency as payment. So this group was made on Facebook. It's a free group founded by us that just connects freelancers with others that are looking to accept cryptocurrency for their business. I've posted several job opportunities on there. We've looked for marketing professionals, graphic designers, video editors, bloggers, all sorts of stuff we've posted on there. Other people have been searching for developers on there. I think that's a great opportunity to network and find work. And that'll accept cryptocurrency as payment.
For sure. Yeah, that's one we should point out. Like, you can work for crypto traders and earn cryptocurrency.
Right. Every person that works with us, we have developers, video editors, bloggers, editors, assistants, a ton of people that work with us, and they all get paid using cryptocurrency.
Yep. It's amazing. Living the dream, walking the walk every day. So the next one on the list here was masternodes and staking. So if you want to be involved super passively, you do actually have to have some cryptocurrency to start, because you got to buy a coin that is a proof of stake coin or a masternode coin. Some of the ones that stand out there are Dash, Zcoin for masternodes, and then you've got your general staking coins. That's everything from EOS to Neblio or a whole bunch of other. What are some other proof of stake coins? Have you ever staked other coins, Matt?
Personally, I have not, but I know also Neo. If you're holding Neo, you earn gas.
Gas, yep.
I know OMG is working on proof of stake. Ethereum's even talking about moving over to proof of stake. So it's becoming more and more popular. I actually do stake Neblio, and I also have a Zcoin masternode. So I'm kind of diversified there a little bit, where Zcoin is a privacy coin, so you're able to earn rewards simply by holding Zcoin in your wallet. With a masternode, you need a certain amount. In Zcoin's case, it's 1,000 Zcoin. You have to hold them in the wallet, set up the node, and essentially you're securing the network. And every few weeks, you're getting a 15 Zcoin payment deposited into your wallet, and you could sell it, trade it. It's essentially your free money.
All right. You are now a crypto central banker.
Well, in Neblio, it's a little bit different. Neblio, you're rewarded based on how many you're holding. So if you're only holding 100 and you're staking it, it's probably not going to be worth it. Whereas if you're holding a few thousand and you're staking it, you're going to get kind of those little drips of Neblio, like maybe 6, 7, 10, 15 at a time every couple days. Maybe 1 to 2 weeks out. It's kind of random, but in Neblio's case, they've told us that you're going to earn 10% per year on your total holdings, and it's compound interest, because as you earn more, you're going to accumulate more.
Yep, for sure. So one of the other ways is just get a job, everybody. There's a lot of expansion actually happening in the crypto space. I know the bear market's been really rough for the HODL mentality, the long-term investors. If you've been buying any time in 2018, you're probably underwater unless you're an active trader that knows what you're doing. However, there are a lot of good projects out there that are looking for good talent. So, I mean, literally thousands of projects. We've interviewed developers from BAT and Dash and Zcoin. If you have development skill, or even you don't have to be a developer. Let's just say you're a good spokesperson or somebody who works in marketing, or if you're a graphic designer. All of these different communities have business needs as well as technical needs that they need positions for. And while we may not be talking about C-level salary, they're not going to pay you $500,000 a year to start unless you're Charles Hoskinson or somebody. But if you just want to get involved and you have a marketable skill, reach out to some of these coin projects. If you go to their websites, they have job applications, contact us information. You can try to work for Bitcoin.com or Exodus Wallet or any of these others. So many different players in the ecosystem that just pay in cryptocurrency. And if you are willing to work, it's actually a pretty good work balance lifestyle. They're typically decentralized, work from home. You check in, or you do your work and upload it to a server, and when it's proven that you've done your stuff, they put you on the salary. You can also look at some of these coins that have a DAO, a DAO, Dash, Smart Cash, Decred. There's a number of different coins that pay you right out of the block reward, so they can put you on staff to do something for the network, and it gets voted on every 30 days. And as long as you're doing your job, people typically vote to pay you to continue to do your job, and you just get money. And it's a good way to go. One of the people that we know is Joel Valenzuela from Dash, and that's what he's done for the last couple of years. He runs Dash Force News, which sounds like an organization, but it's really just Joel and I think 3 or 4 other people that are just old school Dash people, old school crypto anarchists. They have to file, I think they file quarterly and say, hey, we do 3 articles a week and we do research journalism and editorializing about Dash and the ecosystem in general. As long as you continue to like our material, please keep paying us Dash DAO. And they do. And it's a fun lifestyle. So if your heart's really there and you really want like a real job instead of $5 freelancing, that is also an option if you're qualified. Like, get a business card, make yourself serious, join a team. You can be one of the paid shills on Twitter or whatever.
Well, what's interesting is that every person we've interviewed from these projects has said that they're hiring like crazy. I know Zcoin specifically, because it's one of the projects I follow closely, they've added 10 new developers this year, and they need marketing teams and social outreach people. So there's tons of different departments and these coins and these projects, and if you're getting paid in that coin, I know there's people that were in Binance early. They're getting paid in BNB, and BNB goes from 10 cents to $30. I mean, your salary, and that's a lot of profit potential there.
Yeah, you've done really well in that situation. So the next one is kind of related to it. If you are indeed a good programmer, you can look for bug bounties. Almost every one of these coin projects has bug bounties available because every coin has bugs. The most standout one of the last couple of months, well, Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Core have both had major bugs stand out. A guy named Corey Fields, who's a paid Bitcoin Core developer, discovered a major bug in the Bitcoin ABC, which is Bitcoin Cash's main implementation. He reached out, he explained to ABC how to fix it, how he found it, all that stuff. As soon as it was patched, Nchain, who's one of the major players in the Bitcoin Cash community, gave him $100,000 as a bounty just for patching the code because it was a catastrophic piece of information there. It was he potentially saved multi-billion dollars worth of value by handling it properly. So he was commissioned $100K. But every coin has this. You can look, truly, every major coin has bug bounty. This is what these hackathons are. So you can go to these hackathons. If you discover a vulnerability, the typical amount is between $1,000 and $10,000 for reward. So if you're a good programmer, you can audit code. It's not a bad way to sit.
What
and make a
about that
living
recent Bitcoin bug?
Well, the Bitcoin bug, that's been contentious, obviously. The narrative is always that Bitcoin's developers are the greatest developers in the world, that they're infallible. Andreas Antonopoulos is famous for saying that Bitcoin Core will never have a major bug because they have the best developers in the world. Well, they had potentially the most catastrophic bug outside of, all the shit coins in the universe. But for BTC to have the bug that it's had, what it was is it started as, it's just a denial of service bug. It's not that big of a deal. You could bounce some nodes off the network, whatever. Well, it turns out that was not the case at all. On the testnet, they actually proved that you could create Bitcoins out of thin air. It was a catastrophic inflation bug. Yeah, it was literally, they proved it. They literally did it. They're like, I think they created 0.001 Bitcoin straight up out of thin air. So
I wish
they were
we knew how to exploit that.
Yeah, it's a hell of an opportunity. It turned out, I read the whole report. Bitcoin Core put out a really long report as to what actually happened. And there was a patch done about a year ago, and the patch had a bug in it that allowed inflation. And then if a miner knew about it, if they could have exploited it, it would have cost about $80,000 worth of hash power to inflate Bitcoins out of nowhere. So in theory, you could have printed yourself 1,000 Bitcoins out of thin air that probably nobody would have found out about until they audited it way down the road. And it would have only cost 80 grand worth of hash power to do. So we don't know if it actually happened or not at this point. It's being audited. It's possible that there's extra Bitcoins in circulation now because of it. It did also affect any other coin that was based off of forking that version of the software, which is any version between, I believe it's 0.15 and 0.16.2. I hate the way they scheme their stuff, but Anybody with Bitcoin Core node, which currently it's over 80% of the nodes still on the network are unpatched, by the way. They need to upgrade to 0.16.3 or they are accepting, they will accept blocks that have counterfeit Bitcoins in them. So still a problem. We really don't know what the extent of it is going to be. Frankly, it's probably not going to be anything because the miners have an incentive to not murder Bitcoin. But it's out there. My fear is, a government or a big bank or something saying, "Hey, here's our opportunity," and let's buy a bunch of miners and bring Bitcoin down. So,
well, the point is, if you're a ethical hacker or somebody that has knowledge of programming, you're able to make money by fixing bugs. And it's not just these projects, it's also Ledger, and even John McAfee had a hardware wallet that he was working on and offering hundreds of thousands of dollars to people that would crack into the wallet and take the funds. You want these hardware wallets to be as protected as possible, so they're offering large bounties if you're able to crack them and fix what's wrong with them.
Yep. So pretty cool opportunities there. The next one, I'll let you talk about bat ads because it's kind of your wheelhouse. I think you probably know quite a bit more than me. How do you be Batman, Matt?
Well, basic attention token, that's what BAT is, and it runs on the Brave browser. So if you're into cryptocurrency, if you're into this space, which I'm assuming everybody watching this podcast is, you should be using the Brave browser. If you want to use our referral code, it is CRY788 or brave.com/CRY788. You get $5 in free BAT for doing so. But the whole point of the Brave browser is to give your data and your, search engine information back to the user. It's more of a privacy browser than anything. It also blocks ads. But one of the cool implementations that they're working on is called BAT ads, where you could opt in to view ads and receive micropayments for doing so. So I believe it's still in trials right now, but I believe what it's going to be is kind of like a pop-up. So say you're browsing the internet and it's been 1 hour of time, you'll get a pop-up on your phone that says, "Hey, do you want to view this ad?" And you'll receive 5 BAT tokens for doing so. So you watch the 30-second ad and you receive a small payment for doing so. So it's kind of a cool incentive for you to opt in and view ads. It's also a great way for someone like us that might be putting ads on there because it targets people in cryptocurrency or that are interested in cryptocurrency. It's a great way for the publisher to capture the attention of somebody as well.
Yep, absolutely. I think on that note, there's also the Earn.com partnership with Coinbase was announced earlier this year, and I believe it was April. And Earn.com does something similar. They pay you for micro tasks, which includes watching ads, but I think it can also be replying to emails and that kind of thing, maybe being part of a bot army or whatever. I think when people buy likes and things on social media and stuff, that's the sort of thing that an Earn.com person can do. So if you're willing to do super menial tasks on your computer, you can be paid in any of the cryptocurrencies offered by Coinbase. So that's kind of a cool option. It expands on just the ads stuff, but I believe ads are a significant part of what happens at Earn.com as well.
And on that note of Brave, I think having that, it works very similar to Chrome, but having a browser that is not selling your data off to somebody and throwing ads in your face and just taking all that information from you is very important. Brave also has the most users of any cryptocurrency related project. There's, I think, roughly 5 million monthly active users right now. Last year at this time, it was maybe 1 million. So they've grown substantially. They're gaining a lot of traction, and they're about to get listed on Coinbase. So Coinbase gets behind there, and they start promoting BAT to all the people in that have Coinbase accounts. I think it's really going to take off and only get bigger.
Yep, it's a big opportunity there. So another one along that thread of thought is general affiliate marketing. Now, this one is a little bit, I should put an asterisk or some kind of caveat emptor on here, but a lot of groups will ban you instantly if you just post affiliate links on social media. Hey, like, have you looked at shit token and use my link and you get 50 of them or whatever. So that kind of thing is generally looked down upon. However, something I've done for a really long time is I've used the Coinbase affiliate marketing thing. About 5 years ago, they used to give you $75 worth of Bitcoin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. If somebody spent $100, so for each person I got to sign up and spend $100, I would get $75 worth of Bitcoin at 2013, 2014 prices. So that was like the single best affiliate marketing opportunity that I was ever aware of. It's still currently a $10 commission in Bitcoin when somebody spends $100. So what you can do is you can basically walk around and evangelize cryptocurrency and incentivize it that way. Talk to people about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, or Litecoin, which are the things they can buy, or and Ethereum Classic now at Coinbase, and you can explain it to them, and you can give them your affiliate code and say, hey, if you sign up, actually you get $10 worth of free Bitcoin, and I get $10 worth of free Bitcoin. And so there's a little bit of an incentive there for you to walk around and be something of a crypto evangelist and simply affiliate market. There's also affiliate marketing from Purse.io. You can do affiliate marketing from Binance and BitMEX and some of those other places too, which I think are a little less scammy than the affiliate marketing coming out of like ICO projects and stuff as well. But affiliate marketing is a legitimate way to do it. I think if you do it well and you're not just being a marketing shill and spamming the heck out of crypto groups. So,
well, I think the key to affiliate marketing is providing value. So, like with our Facebook group, we're constantly giving great resources for traders and people just interested in the cryptocurrency markets. So if we're going to endorse a product or recommend something like the Brave browser, we're going to be using it ourselves and making sure that it's legit. We're not going to be pushing ICOs, but Brave is a great affiliate system too. You get $5 in BAT. We get $5 in BAT. It's not much, but it might be worth 3 times that price a year from now. So
right.
I think doing blogs, as we segue into blogging about cryptocurrency, there's a blog that we wrote, the top 5 exchanges or the top 3 exchanges. So we tell you the 3 exchanges that we recommend out of the hundreds of exchanges out there, and each of them have their affiliate links. I think that's a great way also to get into affiliate marketing.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the note of blogging, I think one of the best ways, and something that I do really casually, I treat them more as social media than as blogging, but Steemit, yours.org, and memo.cash. So Steemit is sort of a decentralized competitor to Medium. So it's sort of long format, blog posts, pictures, long thought, that kind of thing. It's great, actually. A lot of fantastic writers write on Steemit exclusively. And then other people who write on Medium and some of the other platforms will cross-link their stuff to and from their other major blogging platforms. So Steemit is probably as far as I'm aware, they're the oldest long-form sort of social media platform for earning cryptocurrency. And you can earn 3 things. I believe they have Steem dollars, and shoot, what's the other one? They have another one too. Steem token. Yeah,
I don't know.
It's these DPoS. It's another Dan Larimer who is maybe crazy, maybe brilliant, but he's always got a really different way of looking at how crypto everything should work. But it's a Dan Larimer project, or at least it was. And Steemit's a really cool platform to work on.
It's pretty big too. There's a lot of people that use Steemit, and I know if you can grow your following on Steemit, you can make, I don't know, $20, $100 per post.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you're a good writer, you become popular. It could be your whole job. And again, if Steem would ever raise in value, it would be it would be a great opportunity there. So I like Steemit. I remember when it came out. I want to say it was maybe 3 years ago, something like that. Because in the crypto anarchist community, it was big. All of a sudden, it exploded. Like, oh my God, you can earn Steem with your anarchist content. So everybody was like really fast to go on and put up charts about why taxation is theft and and everything else. And those guys were really popular really quick. And it was it was big, and Steam had exploded for a while, and then it kind of crashed and waned. And now it's been slowly growing, I think, in a healthy way, and not just weird crypto anarchists talking about stuff, but actual content about things people care about and maturing, which is key. The other two that I really like, yours.org is sort of a competitor to Steemit. It's a similar format, but it's based on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain. So it has a lot of Bitcoin Cash people in the community there talking about it. And then memo.cash is an on-chain immutable version of basically Twitter. So it's short form. I believe it's 140 characters, just like Twitter is. But it has some other tools. The primary tool being that it is immutable. It is on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain and uses op returns. So you can actually view memos from memo.cash using any blockchain explorer. So if you have the hash of what your post was, you can send that hash and people can view it in, Blockchair or blockchain.info or wherever, and you actually can see your memo there. So people that are behind enemy lines, if you've got 10 cents worth of BCH, you can literally send like, hey, here's my coordinates, get me the hell out of here, that kind of thing. So these are options as well. And that's what I think is really cool about memo.cash specifically, is really simple to use. There's no barrier to entry except that you have to have a BCH wallet. But you can even microblog using SMS and all that. It's crazy. It's a really interesting tool. It really reminds me of something you'd see in like an old Soviet spy movie or something. Like,
are there people? What is the user base like?
It's not massive. I mean, it's nowhere near Twitter, but it's active. I go on it a couple times a week and just kind of check in. And you're incentivized. You can tip each other. So similar to Twitter, you can send likes, you can share, you can retweet, memo, whatever. But you can use it as a payment platform too, because I see what everybody's addresses are, so I can send money through it as well. I'm not sure what the numbers are, but it's active. It's an active community, but I don't know. I don't know if it's 10,000 people or 10 million people. I'm really not sure.
Gambling.
Yes.
Gambling is another way to make money in cryptocurrency, and this is actually kind of partly how I got involved as well. I was big into sports betting and playing fantasy sports way back, several years ago now, but there are websites you could do sports betting in cryptocurrency, and I was also into esports, and there was a website called Nitrogen Bets. It's very large that you could do esports betting on. So professional video game players. I thought that was pretty cool that you're able to bet using Bitcoin on there. And back then it was very cheap to do so. Maybe under $1,000, way under $1,000 per Bitcoin. So I was throwing around Bitcoin on there, just trying to make more, and that's the only way I knew back in the day. I didn't even know Bitcoin was traded, just like all these charts and stuff. So I just thought gambling was another great way to make money. But there's also gambling and online games like Edgeless, which is a zero. What is Edgeless? No edge. There we go. No edge gambling. So there's no house edge. It's a decentralized casino. They have blackjack, poker, some other games on there as well.
Yeah. Well, and the cool thing about gambling with blockchain is that it allows it to be provably fair. So the house, when you go to Las Vegas and you're pulling the handle on a slot machine, they tell you what the odds are, but I mean, what's to stop a manager from walking to the machine and saying like, okay, we're gonna allow 1% of people to win instead of 5 because whatever. So the cool thing about blockchain is it's completely auditable. There are sites like Satoshi Dice. You can even play games at Bitcoin.com, or you can do like dice rolls just at playbch.cash, that kind of thing. It's really common to have a lot of the casinos have switched to Bitcoin Cash because people want to play with $5 and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's a decent way, especially if you're good at the games. I really like the card games personally because they're more skill and less luck, which is fine by me. I like Texas Hold'em and I like blackjack, so playing those is a decent way for me to make a little bit of money Obviously, I don't spend my days just gambling heavily, but I do like to play. I like to play a little bit. And basically, it's funny because I used to play, in real life. I'd go to the casino, I'd play blackjack, whatever. I'd make $100, go home, have fun. But I started checking out some of these sites just to be able to talk about them, and I'm like, wow, this is great. Like this is this is a lot of fun, especially because they're anonymous. I'm not giving my information, and it's whatever. I earn what I earn and cash out and a good time. So if you're a good card player, jump in and rake the tables, everybody. It's an opportunity.
Part
there.
of that anonymous thing goes back to how I first got involved. Again, I've told this story a million times, but for those of you that are new and haven't heard, the reason I got involved in cryptocurrency, I went to a Donald Trump rally. I realized that he had just so much support, politics aside, whether you like him or not. I saw that there was just so many people there. The support was huge. So I placed a bet on Donald Trump winning president, and 6 months later or so, he won, and I pulled that money out in Bitcoin. The reason I pulled it out in Bitcoin, not that I knew Bitcoin, I didn't really know what it was, other than it's faster than getting a check, which was my only other option, was waiting for a check in the mail. It was faster and anonymous as far as I was concerned. So,
sure.
Again, gambling, if you're into sports betting or just table games, card games, it's another potential way to earn cryptocurrency.
For sure. So that brings us to our last option here on the list and ways to earn cryptocurrency. Craigslist. Craigslist has been accepting cryptocurrency payments for almost a year now. Like, I think they announced it late last year that they're allowing you to just check, like, hey, willing to accept crypto. So if you've just got extra stuff laying around that you don't want, I mean, you can even sell your car, sell your house, whatever you want on Craigslist with cryptocurrency. Like, sell your house, live in your car. There's an option. But what's cool is I know some people who used to run businesses in high school hustling stuff on eBay and Craigslist. So they'd go around to resale shops and hunt around for name brand stuff that was being sold for too cheap. My good friend Sean, he would literally go to he knew everything about clothing. It scared the heck out of me as a 16, 17-year-old kid, because he'd be like, oh my gosh, this sweater is made in Italy by hand and they're selling it for $2. I'm going to sell this for $600 on the internet. I'm like, what are you talking about? How's that possible? It's like, I don't know, some idiot put it here at the resale shop, and he would go and do it. So we started doing a little, I did the same for a little bit as a 16, 17-year-old entrepreneur and make a little bit of extra money that way too. But if you wanted to earn crypto, go resale shopping, go check, like, find name brand stuff, find stuff that is severely undervalued, and flip it on Craigslist for some crypto. And it actually works pretty well. I know people that have done that essentially as a career. He did this for like 6 years. He did it well into college, and worked really well for him. So today he's actually an Ethereum miner. So he does real well with that kind of stuff. But that's an option. You also have the decentralized exchange OpenBazaar. It's run by a guy named Chris Passia. He developed it, and it works similarly to eBay, but it is a decentralized thing. Your only ID is your wallet address, and you go in and make deals and make it happen. So there's your options, everybody. If you want to get involved in the crypto space and you're not sure how, there is excuse me, my voice. There are your options there. You can start to earn right now. In fact, subscribe to the podcast and then tune out and then go start to earn yourself some crypto.
And these are just the ways that we've either personally done or we know people that are doing these. These are probably not every single way to earn money or earn cryptocurrency. I don't even think we mentioned mining as a potential way, but mining is another great way to earn cryptocurrency.
We skipped it.
Well, Kurt mines. I don't mine, but I know that's another viable source, and a lot of people do it. I don't think that's going to be a great source forever, at least with the main coins, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, as we start to see the block rewards half in the next 3 years, 2-3 years or so. Yep. So that's an opportunity you might want to jump on sooner rather than later if you're interested in mining and like the hardware. And a lot of people just like building the rigs and putting those and doing those projects.
Yep. It is just fun. It's fun to watch it happen, frankly. You put it together and you turn it on, you watch your GPUs or your ASICs spool up, and it's like, man, that is a lot of heat. It's cool to watch, especially if you live in a cold climate. Put it in your basement, heat the basement with it, and the heat rises, keeps your floors warm, and you're earning crypto instead of giving money to the heat company, the gas company.
No,
you are,
you're
however,
still giving them money.
You're giving it to the electric company instead.
Yeah.
But it's a good time. So those are the options we came up with. Like Matt said, there's I'm sure there's other ways to earn crypto that we haven't covered. You can be a prostitute or a drug dealer. These, of course,
selling stuff on the dark web.
Right? Yeah. So, right.
We do not endorse that. We do.
Be an entrepreneur. Free Ross. All right. So, everybody, thank you for tuning in. We're doing these weekly. We're going to try to figure out exactly what schedule or what day these are going to debut as we become more and more professional. But this has been the Crypto Traders Podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes, the iOS podcast app, Google, Stitcher, and Spotify. So I don't care which app you use. It doesn't make a difference to us. Just subscribe.
And YouTube.
Give us a like. Yeah, YouTube as well. You can watch the video on YouTube if you want to see Matt's really cool shirt and his massive gangster chair. So these are your options, everybody. And of course, CryptoTradersPro.com if you want to learn to trade or you want to learn anything about cryptocurrency. And you can find us all around social media. We have our Facebook community, our Facebook news page. Matt and I have personal Twitters. We have a business Twitter. There's also Instagram, Medium, and a whole bunch of other places around the internet. Just Google Crypto Traders or Crypto Traders Pro. Look for the Moon Man holding the Bitcoin, and you will find us. That one, the vintage one. If you're watching on YouTube, you get to see how beautiful it is. So on that note, everybody, we'll see you next week. Or if we don't, we will see you on the moon.
See you guys.